Another swing concept today, and that is turn right, swing left. So a lot of guys get into a habit of, or a lot of golfers get into a bad habit of understanding this concept a little bit too technically, and they think too much about it. But in order for us to understand the golf swing a bit more simplistic about the golf swing, and how we're going to simplify it down and understand it is quite basic when you get into more detail and into more depth about it. So what I'm going to talk about is swing right, then swing left. So in reference to that, if we swing right on the backswing and swing left on the downswing, that's how we hit the ball with a lot of power and create a lot of lag and compression in the golf ball in order for us to improve our golf and hit the ball consistently. So what we need to do is understand a checklist of things that gets us to start swinging the club in the correct manner. So a lot of golfers that are playing golf on a weekly basis struggle to understand the basics of the turning motion of the body, so the body pivot, and from the backswing to the follow through, so understand how the body moves in motion. So we'll just let the greenkeepers go past first, or cut them the range at the moment. So number one I'm going to talk about is how the hands start the motion of the golf swing. So first of all, we'll take our dress position. So as we take the club back, our hands start the motion of the golf swing. If my hands start the motion of the golf swing off correctly, then I will be able to turn in that position, I will be able to pivot, my body will be able to turn to the right on the backswing, and as I come back down, I'll be able to create all that power from the right side of my swing to the left hand side of my swing. So what we need to do, if the hands start the motion of the club, so the hands start the motion of the club in a one-piece takeaway, so feel like there's a connection between the left wrist and the club head, and then we move the club in. So the hands don't move the club out. So a lot of golfers slice the golf ball, move the hands out first. So we want to move the hands in the way. A lot of golfers can slice it if they take the club back too quickly on the inside and swing over the top. So what we're trying to do is try and swing, take our hands on the inside slightly. So what we need to try and do, if we take the club on the inside, we need to focus on this lead shoulder. So left shoulder if we're right-handed and the right shoulder if we're left-handed. So we need to focus on, as we turn our left shoulder, so the left shoulder is the fulcrum point of the golf swing. So in order for us to create any consistency, we need to get the left shoulder back in the original position from our dress into impact. So, or slightly further forward. So left shoulder, let's focus on that. So as we turn the left shoulder from down the line, our hands should follow our left shoulder. So if I was to yank the hands back first, my left shoulder would stay stationary. So if I was to work the left shoulder on the correct plane, or the ideal plane, there's no such thing as the correct plane. If we can try and get on the ideal plane for us, then the hands will follow. So we always need to make sure that our shoulder, the left shoulder, is in line with our hands. So as we take the club back on the inside, our shoulder turns, so turns our left shoulder, hands stay in relation, a good relationship with our shoulder. So as we come back down, the rotation of our shoulder, so if we turn our shoulder to the right, our hands will be able to swing slightly more on the inside. So if I don't turn my shoulder, then my swing, if I impair the rotation of my shoulder, so I'm just not trying to turn my hands, stay outside the swing path. So I have to turn my left shoulder, my hands follow the position of my shoulder. So if I come back down, then my right shoulder should be on the downswing, get that position back. So get the left shoulder, if we turn the left shoulder back into the position that it started, our right shoulder will be able to turn over slightly, and that's where you create that last ditch power. So our body pivot is created by our left shoulder. So our left shoulder is obviously the most important thing about the backswing and on the downswing. So if we can get the left shoulder into a good position, our hands will be able to follow the rotation of our shoulder. Hands go this way, so shoulder goes right, hands go right. As we come back down, left shoulder turns, so left shoulder is almost compressed into my body, and as it comes back down, the left shoulder slows down, then the right shoulder takes over. So it's a last ditch attempt to try and release the club properly. So all we need to do, if we turn the left shoulder, and as we come back down, the butt end of the club should point down at the golf ball. So as it points down at the golf ball, all I need to do from here is push the butt end of the club down into the ground. Then from that position, obviously the club head's going down the way, so the club head's moving down the way, the butt end's moving down the way. The butt end's moving down the way first, but what happens is, because of the weight of the club head, what they'll do, the weight of the club head will push the butt end of the club back up the way. So if we focus on the butt end of the club pointing down to the golf ball, and from here, because we're focusing on the butt end of the club pointing down to the golf ball, if we do this, then the weight of the golf club will make the butt end of the club pop up. So from here, we want to try and release that club head, so the butt end of the club's on the golf ball for a split second, then the butt end, we need to feel it pushing the butt end back up. So we're almost pushing our hands back up with the club head turning over. So let gravity do its thing, so butt end down the way, hands release. From here, we'll get into an ideal position of creating a bit of lag in our left wrist and club shaft. So if we create that lag, then we'll be able to hit a lot of consistent shots and hit the ball slightly more with our hands leading into impact and the club head slightly behind. So push the butt end of the club down and around, swing left. So let's go through that again. So the basic concept of swing right or turn right and swing left. So if we turn right, focus on this left shoulder, start the swing off with our hands on the inside, left shoulder takes over, maybe say halfway. Then from here, left shoulder turns, so let's get the left shoulder back to where it started or slightly further forward. So if we get into that position, that will maintain our weight on the left side. Then make sure that our shoulder and hands are in a good position. So from here we want to swing to the left, so push the butt end of the club down. Then obviously gravity will push the butt end of the club back up because the club head goes downward, but it's deflected downward. And from here, hands take over. Then we'll get that release of our right hand taking over left shoulder kind of doing its own thing. So if you've got any thoughts on that, let me know.